Morgan Freeman, I've seen this clip. You've probably seen this clip too. We've got the clip of it. I want to play it. This goes all the way back to 2005. This is when he was asked about Black History Month, and I don't think they were ready for his response. Play the clip.
Black History Month you find
ridiculous.
Why?
Ridiculous.
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
Stop talking about it. I mean, some common sense. Now, I talked about what I talked about in Chicago a minute ago where, again, you have throngs of black youth that are, just destroying the streets, attacking people and everything else. And people say, well, that's not racism. That's just hate. No, it's still racism. I mean, it's a very targeted deal. Stop talking about it. I mean, I thought racism was over when Obama got elected. I thought he was going to fix all of that thing. I mean, suffice it to say that Barack Obama set us back 70 years in race relations in America. But, and not to mention make you hate law enforcement and everything else, make you hate the country, makes you hate patriotism. It made people like Seth Meyers groan and grunt and sigh on an elevator because he saw red, white, and blue on a white T-shirt. Stop talking about it. I mean, I thought racism was over whenever Colin Kaepernick knelt down. I thought it was over when the football stadium started putting end racism on the back of the end zone. I thought we were done with all of this kind of stuff, but apparently not. We're still talking about it. We're not doing what Morgan said do. So here's a clip. Here's another flashback from 2014, Morgan Freeman. Play that clip.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution or either a mindset that you can't
Today?
or cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. Hey, you and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that. It's kind of like religion to me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
Yeah. I said, and it's probably get me in trouble, but I said to some of my colleagues recently, so I know that it's an issue, but it seems like every single day on television I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle, it's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it, I want to just go, this is over, can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
Yeah. It's not like it exists and we refuse to talk about it, but making it a bigger issue than it needs to be is the problem we have.
Still talking about it. And I mean, that was 2014. And yet we're still talking about it. Again, that was prior to Donald Trump being president of the United States, and yet we're still talking about it. I mean, it's constant. When Joe Biden, who is the president of the United States, was the nominee for the Democrat Party, he said, we're going to pick a woman of color. That was the only qualifications that he came up with for determining who is going to be the vice president of the United States. It's going to be a female, a woman of color. Which, I don't understand. If you can't define what a female is or what a woman is these days, I don't know how you can define what color is anymore. Everything is all subjective, right? None of that should make any sense. But this is the clown world we're living in. This is what I mean when we're confused. We can't stop talking about it because we love to stir the hate pot. We love to stir the crap up. And I don't know, man. I just don't think that by and large most people in America, you just can't convince me that what's happening in the cities and things like that I see that are just oppressive and truly demonic. And by the way, racism is demonic. If you've got a theistic worldview at all, if you believe in God, if you believe in a creator, a designer, then you have to, by very nature of that confession, confess that we're living in a spiritual world, and there are good spirits of light and there are evil spirits of dark, and those evil spirits of dark love to perpetuate perpetuate things like hate and racism and violence and murder and, animosity and man's inhumanity to man. And that's the world we're living in. But again, will we ever stop talking about it? Well, no, because we still have people who make a lot of money off of it. I mean, my God, these stories are coming out almost weekly, if not monthly, about the BLM people who, either paid somebody, funneled money to a family member or a husband, or bought mansions or all these things. I mean, there's big business in racism, right? There's big business. There's a lot of money in hate. And you think that people like me, or people that are, of conservative mindset, you think that people like us are the ones who are stirring it up. I don't know about you, but I haven't made a dime off of racism. But the Al Sharptons and the Jesse Jacksons have, the Barack Obamas have, the Michelle Obamas have. I mean, my Lord, they're worth what, 130, 140 million since taking the presidency. That's there's some money somewhere coming in there. I mean, I think they've proliferated, quite honestly, off their skin color, and continuing to perpetuate race-hate relations. Here we are. Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. But we can't we? Just like this, just like all the other crap that's being bombarded and occupying our time. I mean, they might push a button and nuke all of us here in the next 3 weeks. We don't know, but we're going to be worried about the wrong things when it happens.